Hey, thanks for downloading the This Is Awesome Wrestling show for this week. I'm Glenn Moore, Steve Guy here. 2 announcements to make.
2 awesome announcements to make.
2 big announcements to make.
Huge.
First one.
This is all leading up to the AIW show. Going to be February 20th here in Cleveland. And one of the participants in that from Cleveland himself, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Friggin' Wrestling, will be in studio next week to talk to us and on This Is Awesome Wrestling Show podcast.
And then the next week, Johnny's opponent,
EC3,
will be in studio as well, or on the phone, depending on his schedule, but he will be on that week's podcast. He will be talking about the match, also TNA, and we'll talk wrestling with him. He was on the show previously.
That's right. Our first multi-time guest. That's going to be great.
It's going to be EC3.
We're going to help build this thing up, aren't we?
Johnny Gargano next week, EC3 the following week, right here on This Is Awesome Wrestling Show.
In Cleveland, Ohio.
If you live in the Midwest and you're on the East Coast, you've been hit with a big snowstorm. So what a better way to keep warm than grabbing your loved one, sitting by the fire, and letting the soothing voice of Glenn Moore and Steve Guy talk wrestling as you warm up in this month of February, which has been so far really, really cold, especially here in Cleveland, Ohio. This is the 12th episode of the This Is Awesome Wrestling Show right here on CLDSound.com. I'm Glenn Moore, joined here by Steve Guy. We critique Raw, we talk professional wrestling with a comedic spin to it, but we're not a mark. Well, maybe a little bit. We're smarks when it comes to the wrestling podcast universe. We're a smart mark.
Oh, okay. Got it.
If you're going to be Triple H, all those smarks. We're going to talk in Raw. We're going to be talking about what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. Also, the Triple H Steve Austin podcast that transpired after Raw. We'll talk about that. And we are on the Fastlane to WrestleMania.
Life in the Fastlane.
Awful pay-per-view name, but hey, whatever. A lot of things going on last night on Raw, Steve. First, the road to WrestleMania, I think, took a little detour.
Yeah.
As we know at the main event
kind of got out of the fast lane.
Yeah, a little bit. And now we're slowing down because they might be picking up someone to go in the fast lane.
Suddenly that main event got in the carpool lane.
And it might get a little hairy with Daniel Bryan.
Joined people in there.
Roman Reigns.
No pun intended on the hairy, or pun intended?
They pubbed this big announcement on Raw to start the show. Triple H comes out, and we were kind of wondering, is it going to be a brand split? Is it going to be someone coming back? Is it going to be someone leaving? Is it going to be... all these rumors were coming around.
You thought all those things?
I mean, I thought a brand split was going to be one thing.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that.
I thought they're going to bring back another championship, like they're going to bring back the world...
the European...
or something. Not world, but something big. So they comes out, Reigns comes out, then you have Bryan, all because Triple H and Stephanie were kind of saying, well, you know, Reigns might lose that title. He is the official winner of the Royal Rumble, but he might lose that contract that says he can go to WrestleMania.
Right.
So you bring out the fan favorite in Daniel Bryan, who in his eyes still deserves a title shot, a rematch, because he lost the title. He was stripped.
True.
Because of why? He didn't defend it. Within 30
days. Because he couldn't
days.
defend it.
Well,
he was a B-plus player.
Well, Lesnar's end is like a C- because he went, 3 months without defending it?
Yeah, he still beat some ass.
So
Daniel Bryan couldn't have done that.
So Seth Rollins comes out.
Yeah.
So you have Bryan versus Rollins. Winner goes to face Roman Reigns at Fastlane, and the winner of that will face Lesnar at WrestleMania. Now, if you're old Roman Reigns, why would you even accept this?
You're like, what just happened here?
And you're guaranteed the match. Why would you accept this?
This is just a thing to attempt to put Roman Reigns over.
I disagree.
You know? You think Daniel Bryan's going to win?
I think Daniel Bryan will win.
All
or
right.
something will happen that Daniel Bryan is in that match. And it's maybe a triple threat again or something. I don't know.
Becomes a draw.
But why would if you're so worried about Roman Reigns being booed by the fans, which he still is,
Sure.
not as much as Philly, but he's still getting the boos. and you're worried about that.
Now, the
being,
DF said at house shows, he's been getting all sorts of cheers.
But those are getting like 3,000 people. The real wrestling fans
And
don't go to
kids.
those. Yeah, they're all kids. It's families.
So now you're calling Roman Reigns John Cena too. Only the kids like him.
Definitely.
Oh man,
And the girls, obviously.
he's much more badass than John Cena though.
But he's. We don't like. I don't like him.
I don't mind him.
I mean, you don't mind him.
He comes out there and punches people out. I like that.
Okay, but he's supposed to be the
I'm
face.
a fan of Superman.
Did you just
Superman punch?
when Hulk Hogan? Did you? Hey, I didn't mind him.
Well,
Macho
I mean,
Man,
I was
I
5.
didn't mind him. The Rock. I didn't mind him.
I was 5 when Hulk
mean,
Hogan
come
came out.
on.
I bawled my eyes out because I thought Kamala smashed him
Poor Kamala.
at the Richfield Coliseum. Kamala came off the top rope and squashed Hulk Hogan. I briefly thought he was dead.
But he wasn't.
He was not dead.
But he wasn't.
He hawked up and he won.
But like he's supposed to be the face of the WWE. He's supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to have everything together. He can't even do a promo.
He's to cut that hair.
No, I'm not. I don't care about the hair.
All right.
And he has 5 moves: clothesline, 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 spear,
Super punch.
punch. Okay, yes, 6.
Wow, what about that sweet kick coming out the ring on the outside?
Okay, that, but you can't do that every
And
day.
a Samoan drop.
And in 5 years, you won't be able to do that anymore.
And a Samoan drop.
And a Samoan drop. Of course, he has to do a Samoan drop.
I mean, he does have the Rock's bloodlines. So, I mean, the Rock's in incredible shape. He might still be able to do that kick.
So do the Usos. They have the Rock's blood.
Yeah. And Rikishi's, unfortunately,
And Rikishi's cholesterol problems.
keeps that chub on there.
But I'm not buying that they're going to use Daniel Bryan to get Roman Reigns over because
By the way,
Daniel
that
Bryan.
it was really mean the way we just made about
Yeah.
fun of them being chubby. Be a star.
We didn't mean
Sorry,
that. Be a-
folks. Don't bully anybody.
This is a show. It's okay. Off the air, we can make fun of people. On the air, we're not allowed.
Right.
Okay?
Be a star.
Be a star. There you go. Now, I don't believe they can use Daniel Bryan to get over Roman Reigns because Bryan's a face of WWE. Like, I mean, the fans love him. He's a top favorite. And then you have Roman Reigns, who's supposed to be a good guy too, the face of WWE. So you're going to squash the fans that love Bryan the most. You're going to squash Bryan to get
Could be a
Reigns
heel
over?
turn. Could be a heel turn. Well, I think it has to be a clean win.
Yeah, I
That's the
agree.
way he gets over.
Okay,
It's got to make Daniel Bryan look good.
right.
Like he gave his all, and Roman Reigns still came out on top. It's got to go that way.
So you're still going to have Reigns versus you think
Lesnar.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you think this is just the right? Well, Triple H and Vince saying, "Ha ha, we're going to put Bryan out there, so you all think there's going to happen, and then we're going to crush it."
Quite frankly, I don't think either one is the best match. After watching that triple threat match, I think the best championship match you could have with Brock Lesnar might be Seth Rollins.
I agree, totally agree.
It's incredible.
He stole the show.
And it's believable.
Yeah,
You
No,
know, if he could steal a win, it would be believable. Plus, you have J&J Security.
I know Rollins is a bad guy, but when you have the money in the bank, like didn't Cena do it to where he had the money in the bank, but he says, I want to cash it in at this pay-per-view.
Yeah, he
He
said
did a future. Rollins, why doesn't Rollins, instead of fighting for it, say, hey, I'm cashing it in at WrestleMania? I mean, he's a bad guy, so he wants to win it like, the easiest way possible.
Right, that's why. That's why.
I think
John Cena's a man of character.
I'm going to give you 2 weeks heads up.
Truth, justice, and the American way. That's not him. Hustle, loyalty, respect.
Correct. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
sorry. Intelligence, integrity. No, that's not him.
Oh, no. Drink your
So
milk.
confused.
Eat your vitamins, say your prayer. Oh, no, it's not his either.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Best there is. Best there was. That's not a thing about integrity, though.
If you smell... Oh, no, that's not his either.
DTA. Don't trust anybody.
So I think ultimately whoever main events WrestleMania, Seth Rollins comes and he will walk out of WrestleMania as the champion.
You think so?
I think so.
There's still this slithering snake out there somewhere.
Yeah, where's Randy Orton at?
Yeah, the Viper.
Where's he?
He's just been hanging out backstage, apparently.
I know Rollins will have a match at WrestleMania, but like later in the evening, he's gonna be coming around, running down that long ramp at WrestleMania.
I still think Randy Orton costs him the Money in the Bank.
You did.
Yeah.
That would be. I don't think you can end WrestleMania that way.
Or it still goes back to Dean Ambrose. costing the Money in the Bank.
But the thing
Because
is,
I don't like that we dropped that whole storyline.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was incredible and a great way to keep a feud going.
But
we never really.
But you can save that.
But think about the way the feud ended. Bray Wyatt
Well, you had
showed up out of nowhere.
Ambrose, and then Rollins were going at it. Reigns was doing his thing. And yeah, I agree, but I think ultimately you have to culminate with a triple threat match between these three guys. SummerSlam. That would be great. So we're going to see what happens at Fastlane. It's for free this month.
Well, for those of you who haven't already subscribed.
So
for those of you who have subscribed, you still must pay $9.99.
So can I just sign in with a different name and log in and use a different card or credit card?
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Delete your other account?
Stop payment?
And then start it back up again?
It's already up. I don't know.
Seems like a lot of effort.
I just want it for
thank
free.
You. I'll just pay the $10. At this point, pretty sure it's already paid.
Now, other things were going on for Raw.
Yes.
A lot of we had Triple H at the podcast. We'll get to that. Not really anything big coming from that.
Well, let's talk about the biggest loose end coming out of Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Finally being tied up at Monday Night Raw.
My conspiracy theory.
Yes.
Now, Curtis Axel, he won the Royal Rumble in my eyes.
Well, but then he got eliminated on Monday Night Raw by Dean Ambrose.
Well, come on. Ambrose is already out of it.
Well,
it's not fair.
So what do you want? You still
I
want Curtis Axel in the main event?
I want Curtis Axel. I saw this Reddit to come out every week with a tinfoil hat as a conspiracy theorist of the WWE. Him thinking that someone's out to get him every week.
A tinfoil hat. I don't know.
He's a doomsday. He's gonna build a bunker because he thinks someone's after him.
Can his advocate be Randy Quaid?
Speaking of Randy Quaid, he's back.
Why not?
My goodness.
Curtis Axel. I mean, I know he was a Paul Heyman guy, but now he's a Randy Quaid guy.
Man, Paul.
That would be great.
The demise of Curtis Axel. That was one of the Paul Heyman guys that didn't really turn out. Him and Ryback.
Yeah.
That was terrible. But
Ryback
Curtis Axel's really good in the ring. I like Axel a lot.
Yeah.
Just haven't found the right storyline for him.
No.
This could be it.
This could be.
What if he interfered at WrestleMania main event?
Yeah, he'd get F5'd into oblivion.
What about me? Yeah. What about Curtis Axel?
He'd just get destroyed.
That would be terrific, though, if he's a conspiracy theorist.
Be great.
What if he came out every Monday night to start Raw, sat in the chair and says, I'm not leaving this ring until I am recognized the
he
winner.
Would come out of WrestleMania, get Superman punched, which would then turn into him falling towards Brock Lesnar, who then F5s him.
To start WrestleMania, then Brock and Reigns go at it.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be a great beginning to you.
I would love that. I would watch.
It's done.
I would pay $10 for that.
Write that story, Trips. Write it down, Paul.
Another thing we saw is the
Paul L.
demotion of Mizdow going from stunt double to now a personal assistant.
This is the beginning of the Glenn Moore WrestleMania card coming together.
Dude. Yeah, Goldust and Stardust going at it, Miz and Mizdow going at it.
Yeah.
All these different matches are coming together, dude.
Will it last, or will they end this feud at the Fastlane?
I think you got to keep it going to WrestleMania.
And he's going to remain as his special assistant for a while?
Yes, they'll do like a tag team match.
Because he has now finally cost him a match.
Yeah.
Against Sin Cara, of course.
He's like, you're a quality assistant. You're supposed to assist in the match. But I think they'll continue, and you'll still have Mizdow tease and kind of be the stunt double, but then turn into the stone-faced assistant, which is great.
He loves being the stunt double.
This is terrific. This storyline is just you can't kill it.
Yeah, this is them slowly trying to fade it out. Because as we said, Mizdow is huge as Mizdow.
Yeah.
But what do you do if you break them up and he's no longer a stunt double?
Do you go back to Damian Sandow?
I mean, I guess. So this is a good little fade out, I think. This was smart. Of many things that they've done dumb in the last however many months and years, this is smart. It's amazing that they took the most minuscule, trivial storyline and smartly have come to an end with that.
It's the hottest thing going.
It really is.
Gimmick.
It really is, yeah.
Main event, whatever. Mizdow is the best
Everybody
thing
loves
going.
it.
Because people that don't watch wrestling, if you watch that, it's entertaining.
Think it's hilarious.
It's awesome.
Yes.
But what do you do when it's over? Does he go back to Damian Sandow? And what he does does he still lose that if he goes back to a face Damian Sandow?
What do you cheer for him to do then at that point?
I don't know.
Maybe he just wrestles everybody and does all their moves. That's how he becomes champion.
He comes out as like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. He F5's Brock Lesnar.
Or he comes out as Roman Reigns.
He just German suplexes Brock Lesnar all match.
Do you think he just goes around and becomes a stunt double of like random superstars?
That could be a good time. Yeah. Why not? But then he's just a fully grown hornswoggle at that point.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want that.
You don't want that, no.
But like, how do you kill this and fade it out without losing all that momentum that Mizdow has accumulated in the past few months?
Well,
like,
you're going to lose it. There's no doubt about it. This was a genius idea, and at the same time,
now if you do Mizdow versus Miz at WrestleMania, does Miz come out to he comes out to his entrance? Does Mizdow come out to the Miz's entrance?
He also comes out to Miz's entrance.
That's awesome.
And he probably comes out with the Miz as one unit, and the Miz just pissed off the whole way, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, looking behind him.
Oh, that'd be terrific.
And they just come out together.
That would be terrific.
That's how it's got to go down.
But I think you got to get Mizdow's own entrance.
All right. Well, I guess.
If he wins, does he play the Miz's music then, or
I'm not sure.
Not sure. So if Mizdow wins, I'm sure he will win at WrestleMania over Miz. We love the Miz, friend of the show, but Miz is probably going to lose in Mizdow. Now, when Mizdow beats him, does Mizdow go back to laying on the mat with his back like the Miz is doing when he's losing? Like,
well, no, at that point the Mizdow character is over. It's done.
I don't think so.
He's no longer Mizdow.
I think you can do a match and then like still have them together like the night after Raw, like they're together, like Miz is upset, but he's still a stunt double, and like he still can do certain things to get Mizdow.
Let's just hope they don't go the route that they did with the Bellas, where loser becomes personal assistant.
There's no end to it.
Yeah.
And then 30 days, they're back together being heels.
Yeah, they're just sisters
which is
now.
Awful. Terrible. Goldust and Stardust, they're teasing that split up, which would be great for WrestleMania. This could be Goldust's last, hurrah, WrestleMania hurrah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great, brother versus brother. That would be awesome, match, these two. That could be something to watch for in the coming weeks. Just not Rusev versus Cena. Are you excited about that?
No, I mean, they haven't done anything to make me excited about it except for the tease after Royal Rumble. Because even we had, last week we had the live SmackDown.
Right.
Not really a whole lot there. Maybe a little bit of a promo. And in this past week, they didn't really do much of anything again. I mean, Eric Rowan is getting his ass beat. And John Cena's supposed to be helper of Eric Rowan. These are the guys that he helped get back in. Where are you then when your next feud is beating him down?
Yeah.
That's a perfect time to have John Cena come out and save the day.
Because you need Rusev to talk.
Yeah, I guess.
You need to do a promo. Now, I love when the flag got stuck. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or that was an accident.
Probably an accident, I would imagine.
No, but if it was an accident, they played it off perfectly. Like, they were upset. They're pissed off. He went to grab the flag and was waving. Like, if they did, like, on the fly, Lana and Rusev did some great improvising for that. I think it was meant to be that.
We're going to find out that John Cena was behind it.
Yeah. Oh, Cena. He put some Fruity Pebbles stuck in there.
Yeah.
Couldn't get
Were you excited about this happening on Monday Night Raw? We talk about how there needs to be another championship brought to light, and it needs to not always change. One of the biggest names that hottest things going right now is Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And what does he do? He comes out and says, I am going, not after the heavyweight championship, but I want Bad News Barrett. I want to get an Intercontinental Championship. Is that exciting? Is that a way of them bringing like some prestige back to it?
No, because there's not enough people in the mid card to where you can actually have legit rivalries between these guys. And you're right, it does seem to change every month. Ziggler wins, Barrett wins. You had the Miz had it for a little bit.
Yeah, Ziggler's like in that in between realm right now of Intercontinental and heavyweight picture, so to speak, because they want to keep throwing his name out there, but then he's not really. But what about, guys you could put in there? Bray Wyatt could still be in the Intercontinental picture. Wade Barrett, obviously. Dean Ambrose. The Miz, if they break up. Miz and Mizdow, both could be. I guess I'm out. Yeah.
There's not a lot.
Yeah.
And they don't get enough time to build any interest. I mean, the IC title has just become just
Should Rusev be in that picture?
Ooh, if they carried both, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But with Cena...
Well, maybe that's... So, maybe we need to start introducing more people. Is that the problem? Are these NXT guys, is it taking them too long to put them up into the main roster?
Because then you're just flooding. There's so many guys we're not using. Why don't you put Zack Ryder with the IC? Have him come
Sure,
out.
Zack Ryder could be in there.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Put one of the New Day guys in there. I mean, have one of the New Days, guys come out.
Truthfully, you could probably put Cesaro or Tyson Kidd in that picture.
Yeah,
or both. And not have them as a tag team.
Cody Rhodes.
Well, once he
I mean, there are other guys. Sheamus, when he comes back, I mean, another guy you can throw it in there.
And Sheamus was in the U.S. title picture for a while. That was a back and forth thing there.
Yeah,
Sheamus, Cesaro.
Yeah, but there's guys. But like the thing is, though, they don't get that much time on TV to build any kind of storyline. It's just thrown together.
Yeah.
So it's not their fault. It's more of the writing, not putting any prestige on the title. And it's terrible because I think there's some good mid-carders that aren't going to see any kind of world heavyweight title run or any kind of contend for one that can legitimately contend for IC title and have a cool storyline.
In the last year, the best put together IC title match in terms of storyline was probably Ziggler and Luke Harper at TLC because you're fresh off of Survivor Series.
Yeah, and plus that was a gimmick match.
Yeah,
which
but
people
that's
like.
it. But you at least had a lead up and a build up to that.
Yeah, you did. But I think you need to have more than just some guy coming out. And it always seems like as soon as a guy wins a title, the next week they lose cleanly.
They lose, yeah,
in a non-title contest. Like you just bury
constantly.
You bury the guy that wins, and you make him look soft. You don't make him look strong.
Yeah, but you don't. I mean, I think this all comes back to not having. As much as you want to hate on John Cena, it all comes back to not having enough people almost in the heavyweight title picture. Because you look at the top.
Yeah.
And you've got John Cena, hands down. Brock Lesnar, hands down. And then after that, realistically, I mean, what? Yeah, Daniel Bryan, because the fans want him, because he works hard. But truthfully, if we look back 10, 15 years ago, Daniel Bryan's he's a middle carder. He's a guy competing for the IC.
Only reason why Daniel Bryan is being thrown into this because the fans love him and he's over.
Yeah.
Which if you get over, no matter what your size is and what you are, if you get over that hot, you deserve to be up there where your main event.
But Chris Jericho got over constantly. And has won the IC title how many times?
Yeah, but Chris Jericho was with The Rock.
Well, that's my point.
Kurt Angle.
It still always comes back to that day is gone.
Yeah.
Because even as that day
Jericho
was
got over. Jericho was the first undisputed
I understand that, but it
yeah.
took him a while. But he still also won the IC title way more than anything else. So, but the days of guys building up to the point and then being that. Bret Hart was an IC title champion for years, mid-card guy, and then all of a sudden he ascends into his heavyweight championship.
But his heavyweight title reign means nothing. Like, there's nothing that comes from that is memorable. At least to me, it's not.
With Bret Hart?
Yeah.
Well, you got the Montreal Screwjob.
Okay.
You had the Bret Hart Stone Cold Steve Austin match.
But
you had the Iron Man
that's
match.
him losing. He lost both of those matches.
No, he beat Austin in that match where Austin's blood's coming down his face.
Oh, okay.
And then you had the Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels.
Where she got screwed over.
Yeah. Incredible, though.
Yeah.
A great match.
But, like,
I mean but you still had Bret Hart moments.
But I always thought of him as a guy that was... I never liked Bret Hart.
Yeah.
So I'm
Even
kind
The
of
Rock
biased.
was an IC title champ before making his way up.
Yeah, but... I mean,
like when he's
you
in the
knew
Nation.
you knew The Rock was.
You did, but the days are gone where you had The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, even Shawn Michaels. Those guys all competing. The Undertaker,
Kurt Angle,
Kurt Angle at that high level, and then behind them you've got Edge, Christian. Tag teams would then start to become solo as well. Those guys are great as Intercontinental champs. Chris Jericho, an IC champ, and then also sometimes coming up into the field of the heavyweights. It's gone because you don't have enough people to fill that heavyweight championship role.
And even the heavyweights now, like Lesnar, but Cena is popular, but nothing like a Triple H or The Rock or Stone Cold was back in the day. I mean, he's liked because the kids like him. And then Roman Reigns, I don't think he's going to be another Sheamus. He's going to get a big push and be maybe a champion, but he's not going to have the same kind of long-term success that they hope they would, and he's going to be another Sheamus.
You kind of miss an Alberto Del Rio at this point. Because there's a guy that could, but he could have carried a mid-card, at least. He could have put together a great storyline for that.
But here's the thing, too. Who is the monster heel?
It's not Brock Lesnar anymore.
No, it's not.
Seth Rollins.
And I love Seth Rollins, but
truthfully, he would probably be a mid-card guy, too.
Yeah, but he's not a monster heel.
I mean, even still, think about how long Jeff Hardy was a mid-card guy. He had to go to TNA to not be one.
When you think of a monster heel, you think like Triple H was a bad guy for so long.
Yeah.
But he was by himself. He didn't need help. He had Stephanie, but she didn't really do much.
The Undertaker for points in time.
The Corporate Ministry.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle was a heel.
Yeah.
But
they
he was
all
by
took
himself.
their turns. Yeah, The Rock.
Yeah,
as
obviously
a heel.
Stone Cold
had a heel turn.
That was bad.
Yeah, bashing The Rock with the chair.
But there's no monster heel.
He sold our soul. Tell our devil himself.
But I mean, there's no legit monster heel.
So is that what we're missing now? We have too many baby faces?
I think it is.
Is that because they're... And we talked about this in our super secret special Royal Rumble recap episode with Chad Dukes. Do you think, is it because of the internet and all that, everything? And people read too much, and you have things like Ring of Honor, and so the hardcore fans... It's almost like everybody's a hardcore fan anymore.
Yeah.
Has that ruined it? Because now everybody's a face like, oh, they put in their time in the indies, so now, oh, he's my favorite guy ever. Like, there's too many faces. You don't just get to discover these guys because suddenly they, come onto the WWE scene.
But Daniel Bryan was a bad guy for a little bit with AJ.
Very briefly, but it's not like he was a monster heel.
No, and still when he was a bad guy, he was still getting popped.
Yeah.
Because WrestleMania.
I mean, there was nobody who sat there and was like, hey, I really like this Rocky Maivia guy. I was watching him coming up from the indie circuit. Oh, it was amazing. He was down there in Florida Championship Wrestling. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't believe it. God, I'm so glad he's here now. Yes, yes.
But I think it's more of these guys that people know their independence, working hard, being down there for years, and finally getting it. They respect that more than, hey, they're in it because their uncle is The Rock.
Yeah.
And I think it's more of these guys being shoved down the fans' throats, and they're getting sick of it. So they're going to go to the guy that has earned his spot.
Suppose.
I mean, Roman Reigns was a football player. He has no wrestling experience. A lot of like Daniel Bryan.
Hey, neither did Bill Goldberg.
But Goldberg was terrible.
Yeah. But he was a monster. He was a beast. He carried a heavyweight division.
But that's different. Different time. That was a different time, different company.
Well, we need to go back to these times, apparently.
I totally agree, but it's not never going to happen ever again.
Bill Goldberg came out right now.
Oh, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
But only one match.
Yeah.
But who?
I don't know. I mean, is this the point that, Ryback, do you finally make Ryback a believable heavyweight? Or have you already blown that?
I think he came out, when he came back, fans loved him.
Yeah. And you remember he first burst on the scene just tearing through everybody.
Yeah.
And it was believable.
And he had a great run with CM Punk, even though CM Punk hated him. But
right.
But, I mean, he's believable because he's a monster, a legit monster. But you can't give him the title. He can't hold the title. He can't hold
Well, is it time to start throwing him into that scene, though?
I agree, but, dude, he's not even a good wrestler.
No, yeah, we'll see. Remains to be seen. All this kind of comes back to as well.
It's just
like the Stone Cold Triple H interview. They talked about it. Triple H said it right there himself. Kayfabe is dead.
Done.
And he talks about a lot of things that we just talked about.
The thing is that when
I don't want it to be dead.
We were spoiled in the 90s and early 2000s with 6-7 guys that if they were here right now and when they're in their prime would be running circles around John Cena or Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And we were spoiled, and now it's depleted that there isn't that anymore. Even John Cena is not a good wrestler. He just has the look. Girls love him, and kids love him. And the only way I think you can save this is to turn him heel.
But then you still run into the problem. Who are going to be your? You know what? Maybe they need Randy Orton to come back.
I mean, the monster heel in the making is Rusev.
Yeah, in the making.
But he's not a main event status right now.
No, but Randy Orton coming back could give you a really solid heel.
But he's going to be a good guy when he comes back. They were teasing that before he
left. But how long will that
left.
last? He just has that personality.
Yeah, he's a condescending jerk heel.
Yeah.
I love that he was a heel, but you were pushing him against Rollins.
Easy way to make him a heel. He takes out his frustration on Rollins. Great. Everyone's like, yeah. John Cena's like, yeah, hey, pats him on the back. Oh, okay, I don't know, out of nowhere. Sorry, John Cena. Or Roman Reigns, whoever. It doesn't
because
matter.
fans will cheer if he does anybody.
Well, that's true. He does it to them.
Any heel that goes against Reigns is going to be the good guy.
Nah, all the
sleep,
kids will hate
boo
it.
Reigns.
Yeah. RKO's Daniel Bryan? I don't know.
I think you're going to have Orton versus Rollins at WrestleMania.
But you need Rollins back now at this point.
And I really don't want to see. I'm not a big fan of Daniel Bryan.
Randy Orton. Too many R names.
I think Bryan and Ziggler, you're going to waste Ziggler. I think Ziggler deserves a little bit more.
He's the one who wants it. It's going to be a great match. I would love to see Ziggler in the heavyweight title picture. But
I want to see Ziggler versus badass Billy Gunn.
Yeah? The Battle of the Famouser?
No, Billy Gunn can't go anymore. But who's going to come back?
He did that Tilt-A-Whirl slam. That was pretty sweet.
But we haven't... Okay, Sting, Fastlane, but there isn't anybody coming back for WrestleMania. There's no high-profile guy.
Well, we did have a Bray Wyatt promo.
Yeah, we did.
That did seem like it may be foreshadowing the return of the dead man.
But
who, from recent pictures, really looks dead.
Oh, terrible.
So maybe those pictures are old.
But I'm
just floating them out.
I'm saying, like, nobody's coming. The Rock isn't going. I mean, Rock is maybe going to be there, but he's not going to be wrestling.
Not yet, anyway.
I mean, there's really no one gimmicky to come back and do a match.
Yeah.
I want to see Stone Cold do one more match, though.
Well, Triple H, I think that's definitely on because he alluded to in his interview with Stone Cold.
Yeah,
he's been training twice a day for nothing.
Yeah.
Or he's going to be back real soon.
Yeah.
So I think that's WrestleMania, obviously.
Yeah. So most likely it's going to be Reigns versus Lesnar in our eyes. Then Bryan with Ziggler, Wyatt versus Undertaker, Sting versus Triple H, Miz versus it's not official, but
right. Mizdow, Goldust, Stardust.
We're talking about
that's a lot of matches right there.
We're going to have the Rumble Memorial Tournament,
the 100 Giant thing. Yeah.
I mean, what else? Are you going to have a Divas match, a Divas Royal Rumble thing?
We need Chris Jericho, too.
Yeah, Jericho. Who can Jericho feud with?
I don't know.
It's tough.
He is the Ayatollah of rock and roll.
It's tough. Adam Rose.
Pretty much feud with anybody he wants.
It's amazing that 2 years ago, Fandango beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
Yeah. We need Y2J to be the savior.
Save us.
Or, and this won't happen, I think maybe you need CM Punk back.
He's not coming back.
I know he's not.
Not for a while. I think he will come back.
Because Jericho, you gotta remember, Jericho's what, 43?
Yeah, he can still go.
Yeah, he can, but
he can go for about 5 or 6 more years. But CM, I mean, it's gonna this WrestleMania.
You know, Kurt Angle's not coming back.
It's terrible. Wish that I could.
Although maybe he could.
I would love to see an Angle versus Ziggler match.
Kurt Angle could be on 2 pay-per-views in one night because TNA is taped so far in advance.
Kurt Angle wins the TNA championship, and then the next night, same day,
he shows up at WrestleMania. Incredible. Take that, Lex Luger.
All right, what was your "This is awesome" moment of the show?
Of Monday Night Raw? I don't really know that they had a "This is awesome" moment.
Mine was a sign. Stephanie McMahon was out, and the sign behind her said, "Devon." Get the contracts.
That is awesome. See, I didn't see that. You told me about that. That's what I was thinking. But you told me about this before we did the show today, and I missed that. I missed that and the Boogeyman surprise appearance in the front row.
The Boogeyman was in the front row. Some people were tweeting photos of it. There's people were yelling Boogeyman. He got so upset about it that he was causing like a scene from the actual event that he went, put a ski mask on, went back to his seat.
Draws more attention to you, actually.
So why was he there?
Because that's who Bray Wyatt is really facing at WrestleMania.
The Boogeyman. I wouldn't mind that.
Even though it just squashed him in the Royal Rumble.
I wouldn't mind that.
It's bad that I didn't have any This Is Awesome moments. Although I did love the Ziggler-Bray Wyatt match.
Yeah, it was good. That was a really good match.
Yeah.
That was like 3.5 stars out of 5, I think.
Yeah.
It was good.
Rollins and Daniel Bryan was pretty good, too.
Yeah. I was falling asleep during that.
But I don't know if there's one particular This Is Awesome moment, which is fine because they were really good matches. That is worth it.
But my This Is Awesome moment is the Devon get the contracts, which would be great. The Dudley Boys
would love to see them return.
Facing the Usos for the tag team titles, I would love that.
It'd be great. That would be awesome.
So Devon, get the contracts. We are live every week here on CLEsound.com. Go to iTunes, subscribe, download all our other episodes when they are posted. Listen to our interviews. Jerry the King Lawler's on there, Seth Rollins, EC3, and WrestleMania creeps closer and closer as we are only, I think, 55 days, I think it is, from WrestleMania.
I don't know the exact count.
Well, there was 9 weeks from the Royal Rumble. 63 minus 7, so that means 56 we're 54 days away. But by the time this is posted, we're going to be...
Wrestling fans don't do math, Glenn.
By the time this is posted, we're going to be 49 days away.
They have their 10 fingers, they take their shoes off to count, and if they're lucky, they can count to 22 with the teeth in their mouth.
Aw. Jeez, you just killed our demographic.
I mean, just kidding. Hey, all you smart wrestling fans. Be a star.
All right, we're going to talk to you guys next week. We'll talk about Raw again. We'll get updated on these storylines and talk about Fastlane as that gets closer and closer.
Life in the Fastlane. That's not going to get old for me.
And then we have WrestleMania, San Jose at the Levi Stadium, and we could have possibly an appearance by Mr. Diva himself, Steve Guy, at WrestleMania. This guy comes into the studio. His mic is not set up properly. He's adjusting the mic screen. He hates sitting a certain way. I have to have food out for him. I have to have the makeup person here for him, even though there's no video.
It's all on my rider.
He has to have his beard trimmed before the show. Everything has to be perfect for this guy.
Yeah, it does. Hey, real quick, did you like the? Are
you the guy Roxino this weekend?
No, Roxino this weekend. I just want to say real quick, did you like the ending that the NFL wrote for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay, it was way better than the one that WWE wrote for the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
just saying, that's how you make an unpredictable ending. Not that it was scripted or anything.
So any things going on this weekend, Roxino?
Where
can people find Steve Guy this weekend?
Steve Guy will be making another appearance on KNR2 1540 this week, this Friday.
They liked you so much.
They liked me so much.
Or they just can't find someone else to come
on. From 3 to 4 p.m. 1540 KNR2.
Did you get a plug in last week?
AM.
For the show?
I did not. I was busy. I was busy interviewing. I was a legit co-host the whole time.
Who were you interviewing? Who was on
interviewing
the show?
Ben Kelly, played in the NFL for a little bit, played for the Patriots, a couple Super Bowl championships with them.
That's cool.
So it was fun. Didn't even really get to talk about my book, Memoirs of a Wingman, which you can find online at Amazon.com or by Just thought I'd throw that out there. Need you people to buy that book because I got to start paying for storage now. My contract's
How much money do you get per book sold?
It depends on how they buy it. They buy it directly from me. I make it. I don't know, a few bucks here or there.
A few. That's it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Somewhere between $7 to $10.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Buy the book. Put it on your wish list for your birthday, Valentine's Day. It makes a great Valentine's Day gift, right?
Yeah. If you buy the book and you shoot me a message on Twitter at the Steve Guy or one to at Glenmore CLE, and you want me to read it to you, you want an audio version as well?
Oh my goodness!
Hey, I'll record it for you. Why
Such
not?
a diva, dude.
Why not?
You're a diva.
Just being a salesman.
All right, Steve's limo's here. He has to be out of here. The limo's here ready to go out.
I am Hollywood.
So we are going to wrap this up. We'll talk to you guys next week right here on CLE Sound. Make sure to go to the website. Check out all the rest of the shows on the network. A lot of great shows on there. You guys can check it out, download, subscribe to all the shows in the network. Support us. Be a part of the revolution that is taking over Cleveland. Make sure to check out the Plain Dealer from this past Sunday, as our network was featured in the Plain Dealer.
And Cleveland.com.
Cleveland.com. And then we were also in Cleveland Magazine last month.
Looking handsome.
Well, I was.
Well, yeah. I wasn't.
Your name was in there.
My name was there.
It was in focus.
Who's a diva now?
We'll talk to you guys next week right here
On CLE Sound.